Hey everybody!
Hey, how's it going?
This is Dan and Pete, and we got a special guest today. Pete, who do we got here?
We do have a special guest. This is my boy Sean.
All right, it's good to have you, Sean. What are we doing today? We got something different.
We got some fish and vegetables in these tins that I found. There's all different kinds in here.
Okay.
We got smoked rainbow trout fillet with
Quinoa.
Patagonian smoked salmon fillet with quinoa.
Patagonian smoked salmon fillet with vegetables.
And I've got a smoked rainbow trout fillet with vegetables. So let's get each one of these right up in there. Here's what we got. And here's this one here.
This guy can reach all the way.
Yeah. I went to the store. Funny story. If you saw our previous video, we're eating some crackers. Well, I went to go pick up after, and I picked up the wrong end of the cracker tube, and the crackers went flying across the room. So that was the end of our crackers. So I went to the store to go pick up some more crackers, and I found this. It is Orangeette Orange Soda. It says it since 1947. I've been around for a minute, not that long. I've never seen it. Here it is.
I've heard what?
They're just little mini cans.
Crush.
So, you know what?
There's Crush.
Yeah.
I
I think it's going to be pleasant. But you know what? It's something different. So I picked them up, and there we go. Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year's, guys. When you see this, it'll be January.
Yes, it will. Yeah.
Which one do you want to try, bud? You're the special guest today.
I want to try this rainbow fillet with vegetables.
All right. Let's get into her. I got some sporks. I got some forks.
I'm going to try the Patagonian smoked salmon.
Patagonian smoked salmon. What is Patagonia? That's a place.
Yeah, it's just probably salmon from that place.
Just says open and eat.
Yeah, these
All right.
fine options here.
Well,
Is it like Mediterranean? I see tomatoes and lettuce. Maybe it's like
I'm going to go with the smoked rainbow trout with the quinoa. Let's get these crackers open in case we want to try some crackers.
Yeah.
Now my tin's a little crushed. I'm sad.
Now, you ordered these tins. I mean, this isn't something we found locally, correct?
I ordered them on Amazon and they were not cheap.
Yeah.
They were, I think, for the 4 of them, it was like $40.
Oh, wow. So they're like $10 a can. So this is a serious tin fish review. This is not something you're probably going to find in the local market then.
I haven't seen them.
Well, I tell you what, I always like to mention the nutrition. And again, this is 190 calories. You got, this one is, I'm blind as could be, 19 grams of protein. I mean, it's, that's pretty adequate.
This one's 250 calories.
Okay.
This one's 160 calories with 18 grams of protein.
Oh, that's even better yet.
Oh, yeah. That's what I picked.
You might have picked out the rock star.
19 grams protein.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they are 5.6 ounces.
Let's see what we got here.
Just in case it juices.
Right, exactly. I'll let you two deal with that business. I'm going to slide over.
Smells like
fish.
Smells like tuna.
It does.
Oh, mine smells good. Mine smells good.
Ooh.
I got to tell you, now I've had quinoa, I've had trout, I've had salmon. This is an odd presentation.
It's not what I was expecting.
That quinoa looks a little squirrely to me.
Gotta be careful. There's that liquid in here.
Juice.
It is
It's
juicy.
hard to show this. I don't know how good that went off.
Yeah. And that's mixed veg. What all you got in there?
Got carrots, corn,
Peas.
peas is what it looks like.
As long as you got the corn.
I don't know, what does this look like to you?
That just looks terrible, doesn't
like
it? That's what
gravel.
mine's looking like, too.
It looks like caviar, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quinoa. I mean, it's a grain of some type or another. I think all there is to do is to try it.
Get in there.
All right.
Ooh, it's mushy.
I kind of want to try the fish on its own, but before I get into the veggie with it, or the quinoa.
Well, it's not bad. I like it.
That's a decent trout.
You like that?
Oh yeah, it's good.
He says it's good. He's talking kind of quiet.
Yeah, it's good.
This is almost like a rice. Rice
Yeah.
and salmon.
I'm gonna take a bite of the quinoa separately now. And see how that is. Yeah, I mean, it's like a rice. It's not bad.
I could do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's get a bite of them together. I will say now, this trout appears, and I don't know if the salmon does. The trout most certainly has its skin intact.
I don't think this one does. Nope, no skin.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely have some skin here. Well, I'm pretty happy with this product. It doesn't have a great deal of flavor. I mean, it's, this one anyway, this is a smoked, well, maybe I should finish eating before I talk. I don't know why, but it's decent.
It's not bad. Not quite what I was expecting.
And you've got the salmon.
I've got the salmon.
With the quinoa. Let's swap. What do you think? I'm curious. Let's see what we got going on here. Maybe there's a preference. I prefer the salmon to the trout.
I think I do too.
There's more flavor there.
You want to try this one?
Yeah, you can try mine too.
Yeah.
I've never had quinoa before, so we'll see how this is first.
It's not bad. I would say the quinoa's texture is pretty good. That's spot on.
This
You
is
think?
where it's at.
Well, let's get
That's
in that
yucky.
then.
Yeah.
Is it a texture or a flavor yucky?
I don't like the texture.
It's just all, yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking too. It's almost, I'm not going to say snotty, but it is kind of snotty. But it is rice-like as well.
That one's where it's at.
Okay.
Oh, that one's good.
Let's get in here with a chunk of veggies. I mean, you got corn in there. It can't be bad. Nothing's bad as corn.
Which fish is this again? Was this the trout?
That's the trout,
That's
yeah.
the trout.
Yeah, this one's good. The fish is good. I'm not a big fan of the quinoa though.
By far.
Yeah, that one's great.
I would agree. I think the salmon is better than the trout. There's definitely more flavor. And I prefer the veggie to the quinoa.
Yep, for sure.
I think so. I think that's kind of where I'm at with that one. We got one more to try.
We do.
Not it.
Let's try that one, bud.
Alright, this is the smoked salmon with vegetables.
All right.
Can't be bad. Can't be bad.
Well, the salmon seems to be better
Yeah,
here.
the salmon was good there.
And the vegetables seem to be better, so that one's got to be where it's
I
at.
think the
Yeah.
fish is all good with
Yeah.
all of them. It's just the quinoa or the vegetables what you prefer, and I prefer the vegetables.
Yeah, I prefer the vegetables as
Yeah.
well. Yep.
Alright, let's open this one up.
Slimy.
Yeah, there's lots of juice in there again.
They're definitely not dry. Definitely not dry. But it's like the mackerels. I mean, the juice. I don't know if I drink the juice, but it's not bad.
But yeah.
Alright, I'll have the first honors to taste.
All right.
this. Get it on my fork. And it's not bad. It's kind of tastes similar to the trout, but yeah.
Which one do you think's better?
I like the trout personally.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna slide in here and get a snap with this.
They're both good.
Oh yeah. Let's get some salmon in there.
I think I prefer this one over this one. The salmon.
They're very similar,
this
aren't
is
they?
salmon,
Though?
isn't it?
You know,
Yeah, I think I prefer the salmon over the trout.
I will say I've had trout fillets, I've had salmon fillets. They're not a great deal different. I do feel that trout tends to be a little fattier than the salmon when I've had the
I
fillets,
have another one.
but I'm not noticing that here. They're good. So if you had to snag one of these, Sean, and that's what you were taking for lunch, which one did you snag?
It would definitely be the rainbow trout with the vegetables. Yeah.
All right.
I like the trout more than the salmon, and obviously the vegetables are much better than the quinoa, in my opinion.
And do you feel the same way about the trout and the quinoa with the salmon and the quinoa? Do you feel like you prefer the trout
Yes.
with that as well? Okay,
Yes,
well there you
I'm not a
go.
big fan of salmon, it looks like.
All right, so how we do it here is we try our stuff and then we give it our rating of 0 to 10. 0 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Let's start with this one. What would you give?
Is this the salmon?
This is the salmon
Yeah, that's the
and
salmon
quinoa.
and quinoa.
I give that a good 2 out of 10. I was not a big fan of the quinoa,
Okay.
and I don't think the flavors go together that well.
All right. What about the trout and quinoa?
The trout makes it a little better for me. I'd say 3 out of 10.
All right, that's fair.
All right. What about
All right, so this one is
this is the salmon?
the salmon. Okay, so the salmon with the vegetables. I mean, I'd eat this if, like, I wouldn't throw it away. These ones I'd probably throw away if I had them at work. I'd just throw them away. I wouldn't even bother.
Okay.
I'd eat this, and I'd say 6 out of 10. It's not bad. And for the trout, it's a good 7 out of 10. Like, it could be, if I'm really craving it, then I'd probably get it. But I wouldn't be planning my day around eating that.
I mean, he likes fish. He does a lot of fishing.
Yeah, fish is good. I mean, it's
yeah.
good for you.
We do a lot of
It's
fish
good
on this
tasting.
channel.
Oh, we do a lot of fish.
All right, Dan, what would you
Well,
rate
you know
all
what?
these
I'm
at?
going to tell you. I'm going to kind of agree with that. I feel like, but I'm going to switch it up. I prefer the salmon to the trout. But I do prefer it otherwise in the same order. I think the quinoa, it's almost tapioca-like. It's not exactly snotty. I mean, that's not the right word. But I feel like it's kind of slimy-ish. I don't care for the texture at all a whole lot. I'm going to pass on that quinoa. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give both of the quinoas a 4. I mean, I don't think the fish are all that dissimilar. I do prefer the salmon, but I'm going to give them both a 4. I would eat them if you gave them to me. If that's what it ended up in my lunch bag, I'm not going to go hungry. I'm going to eat them,
Right.
but I wouldn't buy them again. When it comes to these two, again, I'm going to give the salmon a slightly higher score than the trout. I'm going to give these, but again, I'm going to give them both a 7. I feel like they're roughly tied in the flavor. I don't feel like the flavor is greatly different. I do slightly prefer the salmon, but I think the veggies is,
The veggies were at.
it's way better than the quinoa. I think that quinoa is the wrong way to go.
All right, I'd probably give the quinoa a 5, just because I would eat the fish. I wouldn't eat the quinoa, but I'd eat the fish.
Well, this was the one I rated the lowest.
And the vegetables, I would probably give them a 7. I mean, I wonder how it would be warmed up. These are cold.
Oh, yeah.
They're just out of the tin. But I think the vegetables really tie it all together more than... This is just not my flavor. But I would prefer the salmon over the trout also.
I will say I just tried a Ritz cracker without the quinoa, thinking maybe it would help. No, that's a mistake. It doesn't help
Just
it
more salt.
anyway. Yeah. No, I don't think the cracker is going to save that product. I think the quinoa is the wrong way to go. I think the vegetables is the right way to go, and all of us agreed with that. So I think that's where we are with that one.
So at roughly $10 a piece, I mean, was this something that you would buy?
No, I don't.
It's too
think so.
expensive for how much you get, and it's not. The flavor isn't good enough to justify that price.
I think a can of tuna or a mackerel would
I'm going to agree. I brought home, what was it, last week or a week ago? I brought home a whole huge salmon fillet for $5.99 that I picked up. And you can buy a big bag of mixed veggies for $3.99. You know how many of these you can make for $10? I do think it's tasty. I think it's a good product. I wish it had a $2.50 price tag.
They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're all good. They're not
Oh,
terrible.
yeah. None of them are awful.
Some of them are better than others. But
But I think at a lower price point, it would be where it's at.
pretty thirsty.
I am thirsty, too.
You need something to wash these down.
Here we go. And this is...
Enjoy orangerette.
Yeah, it's something different.
Orange soda.
These are little mini cans? Yes, it's
Yeah.
1947. I've never seen them.
It's got to be good. It's orange.
And it's old. It's been around.
A lot of sugar.
Of course.
There is a lot of sugar.
Contains no juice.
30 extra
Sounds
grams
about
of
right.
sugar in this little can. I feel like that's got to be worse than Mountain Dew even.
Smells
Oh,
like
I'm
oranges.
falling
That's a good start.
Smells like a crush.
Yeah, it does.
Let's go try.
Let's see what we got.
I like it.
It's orange soda.
Yeah,
It's an orange crush.
yeah, it's not
Pretty
bad.
much, yeah.
I mean, if I had an Orange Crush right next to it, would it be maybe slightly different? Maybe. I don't know.
It's all your opinion.
If you
know,
gave me
Coke or
this and told me
Pepsi.
I was getting an Orange Crush, I think I would assume I was getting an Orange Crush. It's pretty good. If you like an orange soda, there's
Yeah.
no reason you wouldn't enjoy
Not
this.
bad.
It's a good product.
Not bad.
And I want to say I got six of these little cans for $2. You know, so this was cheap. It was an affordable little thing. If you like an orange soda pop, hey, there you go. I kind of want to try some of this salmon with a cracker. Why not? With the veggies?
Save some for me.
Maybe this is the trout. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
These are pretty good.
This is.
It's better with the vegetables.
I don't know that any of them needed a cracker. The cracker didn't help the quinoa. And I don't think that the crackers helped. I don't think the vegetables or the trout or the salmon needed a cracker.
No.
But it's gonna add a little something. It's gonna fill you up a little more, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with doing it, but
Hey, if you want some
it's a solid product.
a meal in a can, tin fish and some veggies or quinoa, you know, hit them up. Kohl's, I think. Yeah.
I do like that. I do like that they have a veggie or, you know, the quinoa in a can with a fish as opposed to just a fish in a can. I like that there's something else in there.
Yeah.
You know, if I throw this in my work bag, you know, I don't throw vegetables in my work bag. I can't go throwing a sack of corn in my bag and taking it to work. I mean, how am I going to eat that up? What am I going to do?
I think this is
So I
another
do
thing.
like that.
This is another thing too that it's not going to get stolen on your lunch.
I think so as well. I agree. But I do like that they add that in there.
I do too.
I'd like to see more of that. Do any of you know of other products like this that are similar? That aren't just the fish in the can, but maybe they incorporate another product. You know, maybe there's something else in the can with the tinned fish, or a tinned beef, a tinned pork, whatever. But you know, a multi-product in a tin. I think that's a great idea. This is the first time I've ever had that, and I would like to run into it again.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, tell you what, if you want to see Mr. Sean again,
Hey,
let us know. Hit us up.
let's get some likes. You know, it's always great to have an extra opinion. You never know how things are going to taste, and I think now we kind of all agree on the same page.
Before this video, would you have picked this up off the shelf and just said, "Oh, I'm going to try that"?
No, I would not.
You know, and that's we talked about
Sure.
this a lot after doing some of these videos. You know, we never would have probably either.
Yeah, it changes your perspective
But
a
now
little
it's
bit.
just
Sometimes
like,
you
it's
just
just
give her a
food.
try.
It's food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after trying this, do you think you'd try a snail in a can?
I would try it, but
Okay.
Not
Well,
excited
that'll
for
be
that.
another day, but yeah, there we
What
are.
about a tarantula?
No,
Nah.
I don't want to eat no insects. It's about as far as I
Excellent.
go.
Well, I think we're all kind of on the same page with how we felt about these products, and I think this is a real good try.
I'm going to
these
give it a
things.
pass. I mean, that's not a fail. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, catch you on the next one.
All right.
Later.
Peace out.